Hey, good afternoon. Today is Monday, May the 6th. My name is Judge Esparza. We have some writ hearings scheduled for this afternoon. We do not have a court reporter present at this time. If you're requesting a court reporter, your case will be reset for a later date. Not hearing any objections, we will proceed. The first case I'm going to call on the docket is C-1844-24-8, State of Texas versus Luis Cantu. Speak English, Mr. Cantu? Yes, sir. Mr. Cantu is present in the courtroom. Lucia Regalado, this is your motion. He is English speaking. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, Mr. Cantu is before the court on a second-degree felony of possession of a controlled substance. His current bond is set at $50,000 cash or surety. Prior to his incarceration, Judge, he was employed full-time at Blessings Home Health. He's been in custody since apologize, I don't have the date, but several weeks now. In speaking to him as well as his family, he's able to afford about $1,000 with his family's assistance to post a bond. So we're asking the court to consider a $10,000 cash or surety.
Hey, Elise?
Yes, Judge. My recommendation was to reduce to $10,000 cash surety. He does have an MTR filed on the misdemeanor assault where he was just placed on probation on February 8th. But it looks like he needs, although the MTR was filed, it didn't show that he had been served with a warrant, but it was issued on May 3rd. So I don't know if there's going to be like a no bond soon, but I was agreeing to reduce it to $10,000 cash surety.
Okay. I'm sure he's been in jail 27 days. Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Speak up louder, please. State your name. How old are you, sir? What city do you currently live in?
Edinburgh.
How long have you lived in Edinburgh?
Over 3 years.
Where were you living before that?
Somewhere.
So you've always lived in Hidalgo County?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to order, if you do make bond, sir, I'm going to order random UAs through probation. Probation will contact you to get drug tested. They'll call you in to go show up. If you show up positive for drugs or alcohol, you're going to end up back in Orange. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you don't show up, when they tell you to show up, you're going to end up back in jail. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Make sure you show up. Bond reduced to $5,000 cash surety.
Your Honor, could I please inquire? I want to just verify the phone number I have so that I can make sure he knows when to be in court.
You have a phone number, sir?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. What is it?
956 348 3426.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Stay in contact with your attorney if you make bond. You understand that?
Thank you, Judge.
You'll have to show up at a later date at the courthouse to take care of this case. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Have a seat. You see, I think you have another case, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then we're going to call C-1976-24-F, State of Texas versus Julio Venancio. No habla inglés, ¿verdad, Julio? Julio is present in the courtroom. He's not English speaking. Just I'll ask that you go slowly so that the translate for us. You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Venancio is before the court on a third-degree smuggling of persons.
I'm not sure if you're aware, Ms. Regalado, but he does have an ice hold.
I was not aware of that, Your Honor.
Okay. You may proceed.
He's been pending on this charge for over 90 days, Judge. We were going to be asking for a PR bond.
State.
Judge, he does have an ice hold. I understand if he's been in custody over 90 days, the court doesn't necessarily have to make a PR bond, just maybe lower the bond and, you know, see if it's something he could reasonably make. But he does have an ice hold, Your Honor. So I'll leave it up to the court's discretion.
Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
How old are you?
17?
Do you have family in Hidalgo County?
Yes.
Who lives here of your family?
Uncle?
Do you live with them?
No.
We'll go ahead and reduce the bond. $3,000 cash surety. If you make bond, sir, you need to stay in contact with your attorney. You will have to return to the courthouse to take care of this case. Do you understand that?
Understand.
Anything else, Mr. Renalo?
Your Honor, if the court could just inquire as to a phone number through indigent defense, there was no contact information provided for him.
Do you have a phone number for your uncles?
He has a Mexican number here, only remembers. He doesn't have the uncle numbers.
What city does your uncles, do they live in?
Texas?
They live in Pinitas. It doesn't have a contact number for them. They live in Pinitas. Maybe you may want to come up and visit with them.
Very well, Judge. I think it's that he doesn't have, he doesn't remember anything. His application for appointment is blank, so we'll try to figure something out.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Anything else?
I believe that's all I have, Judge. No, may I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Next case, we're gonna call State of Texas versus Javier Mireles, C1998-24-I. Mr. Mireles, you speak English, correct?
A little bit.
You prefer to hear it in English or Spanish?
Spanish.
Okay. Mr. Mireles, he speaks a little bit of English, but he prefers Spanish, so just go slowly if you would, please.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Mireles is currently detained, Judge, on a third DWI. He has a 50,000 cash surety. He lives with his wife, and they both are paying a mortgage on the house, Your Honor. He's a United States citizen. He was born in Mission, Texas. He graduated from school in Mission. Has lived in the Valley area all his life. Is a heavy equipment operator. I have attached exhibit number 1, which is a twig cart where he works. Number 2 would be a Social Security. Number 3, a water bill that shows the residence, where if he were able to post bond, where he would be staying and living with his wife. Again, he's paying a mortgage. They've attempted to post the $50,000 cash or surety bond. They have been unable to raise the money that is requested to post the bond. His last arrest for a DWI was in 2009. Besides this arrest, he had 2 prior arrests, misdemeanors DWI, Your Honor. We're asking for a bond of 5,000 cash or surety. With the, I've advised him about the alcohol monitor. He does not have a driver's license. And we're asking if the court were to consider reducing the bond and obviously the condition of the monitor, that it be a handheld monitor. That's all we have here.
State, Annalise?
Judge, I did review this case. There was an accident and his alcohol level was above a 0.2. Nevertheless, I am recommending a reduction to $10,000 cash surety. So quite a significant reduction. I was gonna ask for some type of monitoring device, be placed on the defendant. We prefer an ignition interlock. I don't know if Ms. Scully, so what you're saying, he doesn't have a vehicle?
He does not have a license, so he doesn't drive. So, we were asking for the handheld monitor.
Some type of monitoring device, Your Honor, just as a condition of his bond.
And the JP who magistrated and ordered an ignition interlock device. But I will modify that. I'll leave that in place. He'll contact probation, or probation will contact him. And he'll have to sign an affidavit indicating that he does not have a vehicle or access to a vehicle. And then we can order a portable device with the following windows that he'll have to blow on every single day until this case is resolved. 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. If he makes bond, he has 5 days upon release. Install that device. Do you understand that, Mr. Migueles? No drugs, no alcohol, sir. We're also going to order some random UAs through probation, so they'll contact you periodically to go in and get drug tested for drugs or alcohol. No drugs, no alcohol. You understand that? Okay. Bond will be reduced to $7,500 cash surety.
Thank you, Judge.
Anything else, Mr. Villa?
Not on this matter, Judge.
All right. I don't think you have anything else today.
I had received, Judge, an order from Your Honor, but it apparently was a case out of H Court for today, Orlando Viegas. And it was
Yeah,
set
Judge,
with-
I apologize. Yeah, it was set for this afternoon. We took it off the docket. The individual had prior cases out of, I believe it was the 93rd. So we sent an order of transfer over to the 389th. I think they were supposed to transfer over to the 93rd.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Judge. We'll follow up with that.
All right.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Hold on here. State's gonna call C 2001-24-C, State of Texas versus Mary. Is it Mary Rodriguez?
Mary Jane.
Are you Mary or Marie?
Mary Jane Rodriguez.
Yes. Go ahead and come to the front. Mr. Mora, are you there?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. You speak English, correct, Ms. Rodriguez? Yes. Your client is present. She is English speaking. You may proceed, sir.
Well, however, Judge, he has obviously been appointed. So she's still in on this matter. I know there's a previous case that was reduced to a misdemeanor. This is what's holding her. The difficulty with the family members trying to make the bond. Yes, sir.
Dan, got a bad
Yes, sir.
connection. We can't hear you. Getting every other word. You want to log off and log back in?
Is that better?
Let's start over and we'll see.
How about there, Judge?
We can see you. The sound is not coming through very clear. Go ahead, try it again. Okay, he logged off. Mr. Capello, you ready? We're gonna call C 1986-24-J. Go ahead and have a seat. We'll be with you in a minute. State of Texas versus Eugenio Martinez. Martinez? Mr. Capello, this is your motion. Prefer English or Spanish, sir? Okay, he's Spanish speaking, so just ask that you go a little slow, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. He is a resident of Mission, Texas, Your Honor. He is a lifelong resident. He has lived with his mother. He resides with his mother, Sonia Coronado. According to him, Judge, he was arrested as a juvenile on a drug charge. But he completed a probated sentence without any problems. He is saying that a cousin of his was staying at their house and allegedly accused this defendant of taking her tablet. He denies that. His bond is set at $20,000 cash or surety at this point. He's asking the bond be reduced, Your Honor, to $5,000 cash or surety.
Okay,
Judge, we're recommending a reduction to $10,000 cash surety, but it looks like it was the person that made the complaint against the defendant was the grandmother who said that he took the TV from inside her home. So it's different, I think, than the facts that they were telling Mr. Capello.
I'm sorry, Judge. That's what I have here on my notes, and I did make a jail visit with him on 4/30/24, and he was saying that a cousin by the name of Anaí filed these charges against him for taking a tablet. This is new to me, what Ms. Annalise is saying about a TV, but I'm just letting the court know what I was told, Judge.
he may be thinking of another charge that's coming along.
Maybe we should just be quiet at this point, Your Honor.
But what the complaint says is that apparently he took a TV from the grandmother's house.
Judge, we'll leave it to your discretion. I mean, I don't think he's going anywhere. He's a U.S. citizen, but I mean, 10,000 is reasonable. I mean, 5,000 is even more reasonable. He's not employed, Your Honor.
Okay, raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
State your name.
Julio Martinez,
How old are you, sir?
32.
I thought it was. Who do you live with in Itas or Mission?
Mamá, abuelita, mother, grandmother, and mi primo.
It's the same house where the TV was taken?
Sí.
I don't know if they're gonna want it back there. You have a contact number for him, Mr. Capello?
Yes, Your Honor. I have, he resides at 5613 Dario Street, Mission, Texas. And I've got 956-400-4227. And I have a mother's number of 956-897-4855. Her name is Sonia Coronado.
Okay.
But he needs to, Judge, if he is released, I'd ask the court to admonish him to call me to make some sort of contact with me, because a lot of times these guys bond out and we never hear from them again.
Sir, if you make bond, the case doesn't go away. You're still gonna have to show up at the courthouse at a later time to take care of this case. Do you understand that? So it's important that if you get out, you get in touch with your attorney. You understand that? And stay in contact with him. Do you understand?
Thank you, Judge.
Bond will be reduced. $5,000 cash surety. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, we appreciate the court's consideration, sir.
All right, have a good afternoon. Thank you. Good luck to you, sir.
Have the excuse, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Annalise.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mona, can you hear us?
Yes, Judge. Is that better?
Yeah, that sounds better. Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, you want to come back up here to the front? State's gonna recall C 2001-24-C, State of Texas versus Marie Rodriguez. This is your motion, Mr. Mora, you may proceed.
Yes, Judge, is a U.S. citizen. This lady has been in custody. She was actually on a case out of the 332nd that was reduced to a misdemeanor. Judge, so she's kind of been sitting there a little extra time. It was a case that she picked up when she was out. And so family's not been able to make bond. She was actually was out on bond on another case, and she's still indigent. I was reappointed on this case, Judge. We're asking for some sort of reduction, PR bond, if possible, Judge.
State?
Judge,
Been
we're
in custody
recommending a
91 days.
whatever the courts thinks appropriate, Judge, we're recommending a reduction to $10,000 cash surety.
Okay. Raise your right hand, man. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Judge.
State your name.
Mary Jane Rodriguez,
What city do you live in, Ms. Rodriguez?
Edinburgh.
Who do you live with?
Myself.
You have a house or apartment?
That's right.
You have a job?
Yes.
What do you do?
I work at a bikini drive-thru,
What?
like bikini drive-thru.
Okay. How old are you?
Manage, I open the night.
How old are you?
I'm 26 years old.
Bond will be reduced. $1,500 cash surety. You make that
Thank you,
bond
Judge.
then?
That's all I have. Sir,
You Make that bond?
she should be able to.
All right. Stay in contact with your attorney. This doesn't dispose of the case. We'll have to show up at the courthouse at a later time to take care of it. You understand that? Did you understand what I said? If you make bond, this just gets you out of jail. You're still gonna have to go take care of it, the case at the courthouse at a later time.
I
Bond is reduced to $1,500, so 10% of that is about $200,
200.
more or less.
Okay.
Would that be possible?
I couldn't know when I worked, Judge, and I can sustain myself while I'm outside. The thing is, I've been in here for 4 months. I can,
I'm gonna reduce it to $1,500 cash surety. Dan, if she doesn't have any luck within a week, let me know. Let the court know. Please
Yes.
advise the court.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
You know what, I'm also gonna order random UAs on her too. Same thing I told the other individuals, you'll be contacted to go in and get drug tested, so no drugs or alcohol if you make bond, you understand?
and that's 200 with 10%.
More or less, I mean, talk to a bondsman and see what they'll charge you.
Okay, Judge.
All right. Thank you, Dan. Is Tanya on the line? No. Edna? Gonna call C 2002-24-E, State of Texas versus Frank Zambrano.
Judge,
Speak English, Mr. Zambrano?
Yes, sir.
And then, Mr. Dio, this is your motion. He is English speaking. You may proceed.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Zambrano has been in custody since approximately February 28th. I wasn't appointed to him until the end of March, Judge. He's sitting there on evading arrest, $30,000, third-degree felony, and a smuggling of a person, second-degree felony, Judge. He's been unable to make bond at this time, and we're asking the court to consider a reduction, Judge. It's a total of $80,000.
State.
Judge, I was not recommending a reduction. He has a prior conviction for the same offense. He just was sentenced to TDC time in 2022 out of Gillespie County, where he was confined for 4 years. So I'm assuming he was just paroled out and picked up additional cases. So based on that, Your Honor, I would not be recommending a reduction.
Here's the right answer. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but
I'm
the
sorry,
truth, so
Judge,
help you God.
if I could add, Judge, I mean, I didn't show a parole hold, but it says his sentence expires on his NCIC December 16th of 2025, so he should be on parole.
Okay,
Bro, yeah, they said that they were gonna.
hold on. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Put your hand down. State your name.
Frank Zambrano,
How old are you, sir?
29,
Where were you born?
born in West Texas, Texas.
What do you currently do?
I live in Mercedes, Texas. I live with my sister right now. My mom passed away last year while I was incarcerated. So,
Are you on parole right now?
yes, sir.
For how long? Until 2025?
Yes, sir. I talked to my pro officer, she told me that as long as I found out, to just go report.
When did you get out? When were you released?
I was ready. 9/29 last year.
Were you reporting?
Yeah, I did good. I was on high supervision. I got special supervision, but I got bad on drugs and I started coming from facilities for rehab while I was out. I was able to make bond.
All right, if you do make bond, sir, I'm gonna order random UAs through probation. Same thing I told the other people. Probation will contact you. You need to make sure you show up. If you don't show up, we're gonna put you back in orange. If you show up and you're positive for drugs or alcohol, you'll end up back in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Bond on the evading, be reduced to $5,000 cash surety. Bond on the smuggling charge be reduced to $5,000 cash. Anything else, Ms. Hill?
No, Your Honor. I do have 2 phone numbers for him, Judge. I would just ask that he maintain contact if he is released, Judge.
Get in contact with your attorney. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Having no further business, may I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Let's see. Let's see these 2 attorneys on the screen. Next case we're gonna call is C1994-24-C, State of Texas versus Amanda Marie Bender. You speak English, Ms. Bender? Mr. McPherson, this is your motion. Your client is present. She is English speaking. You may proceed, sir.
Yes, Judge, my client has 2 counts of criminal negligent homicide, and each count is a $1 million bond. There's a state jail felonies. I have had a copy of the complaint and I've read through it. There's 3 things that we would take issue with. One, they stated in the complaint that she was going 85 miles an hour. That's just not true. They said my client wanted to flee to Florida. My client never made a statement like that. When she was in the hospital, when she first woke up, she indicated she wanted to see her daughter who was in Florida. I mean, at that time, she wasn't under arrest, but she had no intention of fleeing from the charges. The third thing that the officer put in his affidavit was that a nurse told him she may have been under the influence. Well, after that, a nurse told my client that the test came back that she was not under the influence. Now, my client is charged with a state jail felony that has a maximum penalty of 2 years, and the bond should be set along with the charge. I've seen murderers have a less bond than this. My client is an American citizen. However, I have to admit she's not from the area. She's from McHenry, Illinois. She has no family or friends that live in the area, but she's willing to remain in the confines of Hidalgo County and not leave the area unless permission is given to her. Because she's not from this area, most bondsmen are going to charge more than 10% to bond her out, and some charge up to 50% on a case like this. I've talked to her family. They've indicated to me that they're okay with her staying in Hidalgo County, that they will help her find a place to live if she gets out. And they'll help pay her expenses. Another factor that you need to consider is that one of the people that got killed in this accident was her boyfriend of like 7 or 8 years, whom she has a daughter by. That's the daughter that lives in Florida that she wanted to see. The officer put in the affidavit that she wanted to go to her mother that lives in Florida. Well, Her mother lives in the same town she lives in, which is in McHenry, Illinois. Anyhow, my client's willing to stay in the Rio Grande Valley. She's willing to make living arrangements. Her family's willing to help her out. The family believes, because it's going to be quite expensive, that they could come up with possibly 10,000 cash or surety on each bond. So that's what we were requesting.
Elise,
Judge,
I'm sorry, were you done? Were you done, Mr. McPherson?
Yes.
Judge, I will leave it at the court's discretion. I know we haven't spoken to the family members. I was concerned with those facts that Mr. McPherson has already mentioned, where it was discussing the fact that the defendant made an indication about fleeing to Florida. So that's where my concern comes from, but I'll leave it at the court's discretion. I understand the charges, Your Honor.
Just so you're aware, Mr. McPherson, the magistrate and your client, Ms. Bender, so you're aware, the magistrate who arraigned her did order an ignition interlock device. So if you do make bond, you have 5 days upon release to install that device on a vehicle. If you were driving, any vehicle that you are driving will need to have that device. If you do not have a vehicle or access to a vehicle, I will allow a portable. The same thing I told the other individuals, with 3 windows, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. every single day of the week. You need to blow on that device, okay? Also going to order that you not leave Hidalgo County. Also going to order random UAs through probation. They'll contact you to go in and get drug tested for drugs or alcohol. If you come back positive for either one, you will end up back in jail. Do you understand that? If you don't show up when they tell you to show up, you will end up in jail. Do you understand that? Let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name. How old are you, Ms. Bender?
40.
40? You don't have any family here in Hidalgo County? Bond will be reduced to $200,000 cash surety on each count. All the conditions that I indicated, ignition interlock or portable, random UAs, no leaving the county. If you have a portable device with the 3 windows, I'm also going to order a curfew. 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. You need to be at home by 8 p.m. and not leave the house prior to 7 a.m. Anything else from the state?
Nothing from the state, Judge.
McPherson?
No, Judge, but I can assure you she cannot make that bond.
I didn't hear the last part that you said.
I can assure you she cannot make that bond. I've talked to the family quite a few times, and we gave you the maximum amount they felt like they could make.
Okay. That's the court's decision. I'm a little concerned. 2 people were killed in this accident. Was there blood drawn on this case?
Let me see, Judge, not that I saw initially, but let me double check.
Judge, normally when there's an accident like this, it's mandatory blood draw. And
Didn't
the
see it in the complaint, that's what I was curious.
hospital draws the blood too.
Yeah. That'll be the decision of the court. The court retains jurisdiction for 30 days. Welcome to revisit if necessary within the 30 days.
What happens after 30 days? It goes back to the original court?
Well, it would be, you could go back and file it with the JP, or you could file another writ, see what court it lands in, or maybe she gets indicted.
Well, it's been my experience, these kind of cases take quite some time to indict.
Okay.
Oh, I have though. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. McPherson.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, the females are done. They can be excused. Call 200-024-C, State of Texas versus Bernardo Silva.
Good afternoon.
President, good afternoon, Tanya. The client's present. He's English speaking. You may proceed.
Yes, Judge, we were asking for a bond reduction in reference to Mr. Silva. He is indigent, Judge, and not only that, but he has some issues. He had been taking treatment with tropical. His family just brought me the documents. And I was actually gonna ask if we can do like a little a conference outside the presence of the other inmates, just because there are some specific details about this particular defendant, Judge, that they would be a little inappropriate for me to say them in open court with the other.
Just so you're aware, Ms. Ramirez, the only bond pending is the engaging in organized criminal activity, which is set at $5,000. The complaints have been filed in all the other cases, so I don't have jurisdiction on them. So he's just looking at a $5,000 bond before me.
Yes, Judge, and we were gonna ask to see if we can get a PR bond on that issue. We are on that one, the engaging. I did talk to the prosecutor because he does have a pending evading out of the 464th, and on that case, Judge Ramirez, I believe I don't think he posted a bond on. I'm sorry, he hasn't posted bond on that, but there is a bond for that. Then there's also the bond for the new charges. But this is the one that if we don't get some, because we're gonna try to resolve it as soon as possible. So that way we can try to get him help as soon as possible. So this is if I figure out all the other ones and then this one's pending, then we would have that. So I was gonna respectfully ask for a PR bond on the engaging. Just assuming that he does have an ICE hold, he's not going to be posting bond on the other ones. However, I am going to try to resolve all of his cases together, and hopefully that we don't have to come back and get a new bond on this one. So we're just trying to tell
yeah, I don't see any ICE holds on him.
I did see an ICE hold, Judge.
Oh, you did?
Yes, yes, he's got an ICE hold.
Oh, it is. Okay, I didn't see it. I apologize. He does have an ICE hold.
Yes, and Judge, my client's family, they've been in communication with an immigration attorney, and because of the issues that I wanted to go in private with the court, due to those issues, they might have some type of relief in immigration. However, they are in the process of talking to the immigration attorney.
At least what's the state's position?
Judge, I wasn't recommending a reduction because of the ICE hold, and there was just that one bond left. So, I mean, I'm concerned that if we set a bond, that he will lose him, Your Honor.
The other cases still have bonds, right? He still has to make bonds on those other ones.
Yes, Judge.
Yes,
There's yes.
I'm gonna set it at $1,000 cash surety.
Okay. Okay, and that's better, and it would be reasonable. We
Yeah,
need
you speak English,
anything,
Mr.
we'll take care of it.
Mr. Silva, you speak English?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 24 years
You
old.
put your hand down. If you make bond, you need to stay in contact with your attorney. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So just, the bond will just get you out. You're still gonna have to show up at the courthouse at a later date to take care of these cases. You understand?
I will show up, Your Honor.
All right. There is an immigration hold on your case also, so immigration may pick you up if you make bond. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Bond will be reduced to $1,000 cash surety. Anything else,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Ramirez?
That will be all. Thank you so much, Judge.
Good afternoon. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Thank you.
Mr. Contreras, are you available? Next case we're gonna call is C-1826-24-L, State of Texas versus,
They haven't brought him yet. Judge.
okay. Then we're done with everybody here. If you listen to the guards, if you were given conditions, make sure you comply with the conditions. They're free to go.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, Julie.
You're gonna bring to.
Just about 5 minutes. Annalise, they're gonna bring the last defendant in.
Okay, thank you, Judge.